the Avalon VT-747, so a vacuum tube. It's not always in tube mode, even though this light here suggests that it might be. You have to press this button, TSP, to go into the tube signal path. When this is out, it's solid state. The colour, I find actually I don't get much of a difference between these. It's probably just my ears or not doing it on more extreme settings, which I will try and do in a minute during this demo. So it's a stereo compressor. The main feature of this is the compressor here. It's quite a full-featured stereo compressor. So there's only one control for left and right, and stereo inputs on the back. And then there's a graphic EQ here, which I'll say more about in a bit, which is enabled or disabled with this button. The compressor is enabled or disabled here. So all the usual stuff you'd get: an input gain, attack and release times, threshold, compression ratio up to 20:1, so very heavy compression, and the makeup gain. A good feature about this compressor is that there's a sidechain feature, and what that means is it sends off the input signal through an EQ, and then that adjusts the gain control. So if you want to compress on a more specific frequency range, you treat this as an EQ basically, and then that sound, which I'll play in a bit, is the one that's driving the gain control on the compressor. Yeah, and then the VU meter gain reduction seems to be slightly off. It's not an issue, you can adjust it here with the calibration, but typical VU meter really, gain reduction. So let's just demonstrate some of this. Put the compressor in. Let's go for loads of compression so you can hear it. So ratio, no compression. More compression. Gain. Okay. The sidechain then, this button lets you hear the sidechain, and then this behaves as an EQ really. So counterintuitively this says -15, and that seems to enhance the gain at that particular frequency. Yeah, so let's say I want to compress more on those frequencies. Enable the sidechain. Now it's compressing on that range more than the others anyway, by 15 dB. That's taking it out. Yeah. Other buttons then, tube signal path. Like say, not especially noticeable. In the input gain control, you can get another 10 dB of gain if necessary. And this button, normally it's compress EQ. If you enable this, it's EQ compress. Okay, let's come on to the EQ quickly. I have used this in the past and it's a great little EQ, but since we got the I-Bass, I've not really used it a great deal. To my ears it's got like a metallic glassy sound, for want of a better description, but it has got its own flavour. And if you notice the labels here, the low is a shelf and the top two are also shelf. So these are fixed frequencies. It's a graphic EQ rather than a parametric EQ. You can't adjust the frequencies. And this is 15 Hz, this is 125 Hz, 500, 2K, 5K and 32K, so quite a wide variety of frequencies. Let's just demonstrate some of those. So EQ in, low end 125, 500, 2K, 5K, 32. Let's just lift it a bit. Bypass. So this unit is all about the colour reel. You get a lot of flavour out of it, and it is warm, saturated, but it's also got this high-end kind of, like say, metallic sound about it. I think you use it with caution really, because you can overdo it quite easily, and you probably need less extreme settings than you first imagine. But generally, yeah, a great sounding compressor EQ.